Hey, John, I unmuted you. Do you know how to record these things? Or I'll ask old guy Dave. Dave, I made you a speaker too. Do you know how to record these things? Is there a way to, what button do I got to push here? Sorry, I don't know. I feel like
Hey,
rookie at first.
there's nothing you can push at this point, Russ. When you set the room up, you have to set it for recording prior to starting the room because that's what gives everybody the warning about the spaces being recorded. Once the room is
Gotcha.
started, you cannot start to record. So your options are to not record it or to
Okay,
close the
no worries.
room and start a new room to record.
No worries, no worries. We're gonna put together a clip notes and put it out in a press release form, anyways. All the stuff that we're gonna talk about on here, so no worries. Okay, so I'll get started real quick. So we have our realty coin scheduled to go out 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, so it's about 2.5 hours for me. So I just wanted to let you guys know we'll have the contract address out 30 minutes prior. It'll be a 5% price impact. So if you guys are on there, you just have to I don't know exactly what the token amount will be for having that 5% because it's going to change every transaction. So that first one that goes out may be 10 billion Saitama. The second one might be 12 billion, so on and so forth. So it'll show on there like what the impacted price percentage will be. So when you're going to transact, just make sure that you're under that 5%. Also, there'll be a 30-second cooldown period. So if you make a transaction, you need to wait 30 seconds before you can make another one. It is a Saitama SaitaRealty pairing, so you need to have Saitama in your Saitamask wallet, as well as a little bit of Ethereum in there to cover gas fees. So with the gas fees itself, so there's two things we want to let you guys know so there's no questions or you're like maybe you think you're doing it wrong. Saitamask on the transaction itself, you can choose low, medium, high gas fee. So I recommend using high gas fee because there'll be a lot of volume, but it won't show exactly what that gas fee total is. It'll show on the Etherscan report. And when you actually complete the transaction itself, you can go on the Etherscan and see how much you paid for gas, but it won't show you right then and there what the total gas fee is. We can base it off of what we've used in the past, and it's been pretty cheap. But before you actually make the swap, it won't tell you the exact dollar amount for the gas fees in general or specific to that trade. Also, for the price on there, it won't show what the price is for SaitaRealty until we can get it connected and tied in with Dext. So if you want to know what the price value is, and for those that have been in launches before, more uniquely to like Pancake Swap or whatever, or even on Uniswap, you can go and put your SaitaRealty on top and then kind of simulate like you're swapping back to Saitama and just hit max, and it'll tell you how many coins you're going to get perspective or, in respective of what that price point is. I hope that kind of makes sense to everybody. I know that, for example, like in the past, if you have a brand new coin that's launched, it's not registered at CMC or it's not on there, it won't show what the actual current value is. You just have to hit max on that coin value, and then it shows you how much you're going to get if you were to transact or complete that transaction. So same concept here, and so we get registered on Dex Tools. Then you'll be able to follow the price point along. But until that point, so for today, as we launch it, say you bought 50 billion Saitama tokens and you swapped them for SaitaRealty. You wait an hour and you come back and then you put in SaitaRealty on top and Saitama on the bottom, and then you hit max. You may have 60 billion, right, or 70 billion, and that's going to tell you what the price is on that. All right, it'll give you a just cause on the price fluctuation, whether it went up or went down, until we get it actually registered on Dex, which is something that we're working on today. So I just wanted to give everybody a heads up so they're not freaking out. Also, the other tokens, we're looking to have them listed on today within the swap, either before or after the SaitaRealty launch. So they're working on that kind of at the same time in tandem. So we have also included a lot more liquidity today, and we're going to be continuing to do so. But because this is a Saitama SaitaRealty pairing, that the liquidity is an issue because we've already put trillions and trillions of liquidity into Saitamask itself in respect to the Saitama token, so it shouldn't be a problem. But again, you need to make sure that you're looking at that 5% price impact on there. I also wanted to reiterate to folks on there that we're doing the staking mechanism are folks that are going to be eligible for distribution revenue share down the line. And that staking mechanism will come out, hopefully not too long. Max is, they're already working on that. So when that option becomes viable, we'll have much more information that comes out with that. So, but as you guys know, it takes a while to generate any sort of revenue in regards to the SaitaRealty. So, the capital will be held, and then we'll go about purchasing the transactions and, creating the physical assets that get tied with it. So, so those are kind of the main points that I wanted to cover. We'll put a couple of specifics out there for you guys in a press release format, just kind of going over what I had just talked about right now. And again, the contract address will be available 30 minutes prior on our websites and our social medias. But really, if it's a contract that gets shot out and you see it somewhere, floating around and it directs you to Uniswap, it should automatically be a red flag that it's not ours. Because we're not making it available on Uniswap. We're launching it specifically on the Saitamask platform. So if you have a contract address that you're able to plug into Uniswap, chances are it's not the right one. So please make sure that you're keeping an eye out on our social media platforms and our websites for the correct contract address. But most importantly, the best way to do it is just to open your Saitamask app and have that ticker on there where it says SaitaRealty, and then connect your wallet where it's Saitama to SaitaRealty. That's the easiest, most accurate way to do that. But the contract address will be made available 30 minutes prior for everybody, so you can also see the contract, so you can interact with it in a sense to where you want to see the transactions that are being done, which ones have gone through, see the amount of holders, volume, etc., all that good stuff. So, so that's the short and sweet for you guys. Let's see, Dave. Go ahead, man. You got a question, Dave? I don't want to do 2 minutes. I got to get back to this.
I've got two questions, and the first one's probably the most important. Myself and a few other people are getting tons and tons of DMs saying that the app is not usable to them. They cannot log into it. They've updated, uninstalled, reinstalled, and they still cannot log into the Saitamask app. It's just stuck on loading for them. Those users are concerned that they are not going to be able to buy into SaitaRealty at launch, and they're going to have to get in much later. So that's the first question. What can we do for those users? Because it sounds like there's a lot that can't log in right now.
Yeah, I know that they were adding liquidity and doing some stuff on the back end this morning and this afternoon, so it shouldn't be an issue. But I'll get with Max, obviously, much prior to the launch and make sure that if you guys are messing with stuff, obviously make sure, and they know, right, whatever they're messing with on the back end to make sure it's fully functional for everybody. But they've been doing some adjusting and things on the back end for folks. So I've seen a few people's messages that are stating that. It's I don't know why these people are having a different issue and other people aren't. Maybe it's something that carried over from the old app. Either way, I'll get with Max and get something out for you guys prior to that. See if they're, like I said, if they're working on something that's prohibiting people to log in, but it shouldn't be a problem. But if it can, if it persists, then we'll obviously address it with enough time prior to, going live with everything.
Okay, and then the second question is because versus having to pull a contract address from Saitamask, which official person for Saitama will be releasing the contract address that 30 minutes prior? And on what social media platforms will that be put out to us, or are you going to have it right on the homepage of the website?
So we actually have a portal, right? We have a portal URL that's going to be built into the Saitama website, specific to, it'll be SaitaRealty.com. So we'll have that on there. We'll also put it on our main page, and we'll put it on all of our social media direct accounts. So our main Twitter page, our main Facebook page, our main Instagram, all that stuff. So it'll be available on all those different platforms for everybody 30 minutes prior.
Okay, awesome. Hey, I'll step down because I know there's a lot of people in the room. So I do not want to monopolize.
Yeah, no worries. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. So anyway, so we just wanted to touch on that stuff for you guys real quick. We'll try to do a couple questions. We'll do a few minutes here, and I'll get back to helping these guys out so we can make sure we're ready to go. We got a couple hours, so these guys are working like worker ants to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. So let's see here. What's up, John? You got a question, man? What's happening? Yeah, I'll just add a couple people that I see on top. If you guys have a quick question, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, Russ? It's John. How are you?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Nothing much, nothing much. No question, man. I just wanted to, get the open forum and just thank you, for everything that you guys do. Yourself, Max, and the whole team. I definitely appreciate everything you guys do for us on a regular basis, the transparency, and just know that, as the whole wolf pack, we're always here and always here to assist any way that we can. So just a sincere thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, awesome, man. I appreciate it. And we're trying to get as much information out as we can to everybody in enough time too, right? I know we're cutting it kind of close. So I wanted to come out here and give you guys at least a couple of little things I thought were important. The price impact for purchasing, not being able to see the price because it's not connected to the DEX yet. So if you wanted to see what you would get, right, like I said, if you bought it at price point A and you want to see what it is now at price point B, you just kind of simulate that swap back for Saitama and it'll show you the price differential there. If you bought it, 10 billion tokens and now they're worth 15, obviously the price went up 50%. So that kind of tells you what it is for that. And again, the QE will show on there. You can do low, medium, or fast. I recommend doing fast, obviously, but the actual dollar amount of the gas fee won't show on there right now. It'll be on the Etherscan report. Everything's on there, so you'll be able to see what you spent on gas, but preemptively you won't. So we're looking to obviously add that on there, but it won't be something we'll be able to add in the next 2 hours. So if you guys want to know, and it's been pretty low. I remember in the past being like $800. I think lately, the last few days, have been between 10 and 20, so it'd be pretty cheap. So, let's see here. I had a couple of you guys on here. If you guys have a question, just go ahead. Let me.
Yeah. What's up, Russ? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
I'll be quick. Not much. Hopefully you're doing well. It's getting closer to that time, so I definitely appreciate what everything has been done. Real quick, just because a lot of people I think have been confused. I've been trying to comment back, but then they give me, of course, pushback like I am confused on what I'm talking about. But just to clarify, when you guys opened up the swap, it was to swap ETH to Saitama, and that was the first part of it, and that you guys are gonna make the official announcement when all the other pairings are ready to be able to be swapped. There was never an official announcement that Impact or Shaman or all the other pairs were already able to be swapped. Isn't that correct, or am I wrong?
No, you're right. So when we opened up the swap feature, we were created just the Saitama and ETH pairing on there because we wanted to obviously check it out for bot activity. We didn't want to open it up for all the other pairings, and if for whatever reason there was still some bot activity on there, it would allow the bots to kind of liquidate the LP for the other coins, and that's not fair for them, right? They injected X amount of LP when they first listed on our platform, so we wanted to test out to make sure that our platform was good. Like if we lost a little bit of Saitama, that's okay. We can eat that, but it's not fair for these other coins to have to endure that. So we opened it up just for our pairing first, and the plan is to open it up for the other pairings this afternoon. So they'll be on there as well. So the SaitaRealty coin will be on there. Maximum, they're trying to open up the other pairings for, like I said, for the Shaman and all the other coins on there this afternoon prior to SaitaRealty. But if it doesn't, it'll be on, they'll open it up afterwards. But and we also wanted to normalize the liquidity on our platform first, because the biggest pairing obviously is the Saitama ETH pairing, which a majority of the liquidity will be in there for. And as you're swapping for these other tokens, right, you got to swap Saitama. So it only makes sense to make sure we have adequate liquidity for Saitama prior to opening up any other pair options. Because if one is not, normalized, then it really doesn't help to keep adding more. So wanted to make sure that the Saitama liquidity was normalized first. And now that we've continued to inject hundreds of thousands of dollars into it, it's obviously much smoother. So this afternoon we can open up the rest of the pairs as well as create the Saitama SaitaRealty pair option.
Okay, yeah, no, thank you for answering that. Like I said, I was getting my bad. I'm walking on ice. I was getting beat up for telling people that like I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm like, he said it wasn't official that our swap their pairings were working. The other thing is real quick. Is the whole people are having problems with the C phrase. Their pin is not working, and what I had to do for mine, because I had the same exact problem, and I helped others do it, is I had to just re-import my C phrase and then make a new passcode to be able to swap, and it worked.
Yep.
Is that the fix to it, or?
Nope. No, you got it, man. You
Okay.
self-diagnosed 100%. So that's a good question.
Yeah.
I've had a few people ask me about that too, man. So if you registered your account right and you were given a PIN number and then you imported your seed phrase or you created a new one, and now you have funds in your account and you can't do anything. You can't swap. You can't do anything because it says your PIN is incorrect or invalid. So it probably just got brought over from the past, update, or for whatever they're synced on there. They're communicating still with a prior update. So what you have to do is exactly what Marmar says. You need to delete that wallet, right? Well, you need to make sure you have your seed phrase first. Make sure you have your seed phrase for that wallet. Delete it, remove it completely from the app, and then just import a new one with that exact same seed phrase. And then when you import your new wallet, it'll give you a new PIN number. Write that down, and then when you go to transact now, you'll have that updated PIN number, and then you can transact as normal. But that old PIN number is probably tied back to an older update or an older release, and it's not allowing you. It's not communicating, right? So it's saying that you have an invalid PIN, even though it's the correct one. So the best thing, like I said, is to just make sure you have that seed phrase from the prior install. Delete it from the application itself, remove that wallet, and then import it like you're importing a brand new one. And then it'll give you a new PIN number. And then once you import that seed phrase, right, your coins, everything will show up on there. You'll just have a new PIN number, and that's how you're going to be able to transact with. You said that worked for you, right, Marmar? You said that worked for you, fine? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it worked for me, and it worked for many others. That's why when I'm trying to respond and help people, they're like getting on me, thinking I'm speaking out of turn, and it's like I'm not going to say something that wasn't helping others,
Yeah,
So.
and that's how I've been telling people too on an individual level. And I'm trying to get something together so we can break it down and tell people, get it out to the masses. So please, if you guys are on this call, or if you know of anybody that's having that same issue, just reiterate what I had just mentioned. That's the easiest way to do it. So hopefully that helps some people on here that were having that same problem.
Thank you. I'm gonna drop down now, Russ. I appreciate you. You have a blessed day.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Go ahead. You guys I let some people speak. If you guys have some questions.
I'll jump in real quick. Just to clarify, when it comes to slippage, are we going to need to manually enter a certain amount of slippage during launch, or is it going to be all set where it is already?
Yeah, it should be fine. You just have to have the high gas fee, like I said, and then the price impact is really what you need to worry about. So if you put in X amount of Saitama tokens, it'll tell you before you actually complete the swap, what the price impact is. So that's going to be the biggest caveat there, is making sure that you're under that 5%. And again, that 30-second cooldown. So it allows you to complete one. And if you're try to do another one right away and it won't let you, let's make sure you got to wait, that 30 seconds or so. But yeah, no, it should be automatically instilled in there. And you guys can, mess with it if you need to. But yeah, I mean, we're anticipating quite a bit of volume, and it still transacts on the blockchain. So I want you guys to understand, we don't control the blockchain, we control the platform, but these transactions itself, even though it's the Saitama to SaitaRealty pairing, it still goes through the ERC20 blockchain. So, if a few things fail or for whatever reason it gets, bottlenecked on the server, that's not something we control. We put a lot of, things in place to minimize that. And obviously we don't have any front run bots on there that's going to be causing a lot of damage. But yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to be 100%. There may be one or two failed transactions. That's not something that we control. Obviously, we're at the mercy of the other blockchain until we can obviously get our own out there. But yeah, it should be good. It should be easy. Just follow those the steps that I've kind of given you guys.
I appreciate it. Thank you, and good luck.
All right, thanks. So we'll do 2 more questions real quick. I'm sorry, I wish I could hang out and answer all you guys' questions. We'll put some stuff out for you guys too before, like I said, just a quick little cliff notes of what I had discussed, a few minutes ago. Go ahead, Malk.
What's up, Russ, man? How you doing?
Good. What's going on, man?
Good, bro. All right, so I just got a couple questions. So you talked about the volume, being able to handle the volume. How are you guys tracking the volume on Saitamask, and is Max looking at that, and Max and team, how does the traffic look on Saitamask as far as the swap it, or as far as just the swapping in general? What error codes, are just being honest, are you guys overwhelmed? Does it look good? Is the app can handle the traffic? Can you kind of touch on that?
Yeah, I mean, they have access to it, right? They are monitoring every single transaction, to an extent, right? We have it's triple encrypted, so we can't see everybody's information and all like that. But as far as overall general traffic, yeah, we've gotten a lot of traffic, and they've said that it's been running pretty smoothly. Like all the things and mitigations they've put in so far have drastically improved, the functionality of the platform. So they haven't had anything, no issues so far. Like we've beefed up a lot of stuff over the last couple of weeks. Not just mitigating the bot attacks, but also beefing up our servers and optimizing our platform. So yeah, so I mean, they're not anticipating like they know it's going to be a lot of volume, and they've put in things, in place to make sure that it goes off without a hitch. So I can't speak on their behalf, but if they're confident, I'm confident.
Okay, so then nothing's looking like it's overloaded. Everything is set. Like we're looking good as far as the launch with SaitaRealty, and then just the traffic going forward in the next couple of days, because obviously there's a huge amount of excitement, right, with Saitamask and the Saitama community. So a lot of eyes are on us. So you guys are feeling good about the app and it handling the traffic that it's going to be getting.
Yeah. I mean, I think last I had checked, we had over 200,000 registered users. We've had tens of thousands of successful transactions in the last 24 hours. Everything seems to be going fine. So they haven't relayed anything to me stating otherwise. Like hey, we're getting bottlenecked here on our transactions or whatever. So it's never came up, and they say everything's running smooth. So I mean, like I said, if they're confident, I'm confident. They know, obviously monitoring all the swaps that are occurring. Okay. Haven't brought anything to our attention yet. So.
Okay, that's dope. All right, and then just the last thing, I've been in a couple spaces just this morning about like with HTN and other people that are within the community at the at the top, or who have an ear to you and what the dev team is doing. They're really helping out the community with questions. I do think like on your channel, on the official Saitama channel, and maybe a couple of the devs, like if you guys could just tweet or something official like a FAQ. Frequently asked questions and stuff, just so we can divert some of the questions that we're getting in these spaces to just a simple layout for you guys to kind of solve these simple issues for them, like Marmar was asking as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna get with the other guys on the team and the operations side, and we're gonna put together like a FAQ kind of thing. We'll talk about what I had talked about just now with the the 5% price impact, with the GUI or the gas fees not being going to show on the Dextables, and then like Marmar was saying, because I did get a couple people asking me about that as well. So we'll do a quick little breakdown of how to remedy that and submit it out to you guys in an official capacity. So because we get a lot of questions too. I'm sure you guys, we get millions. So we're going to go through and put as many as we can on this fact sheet, so everybody can hopefully go to that and address it. And I'm sure people will still come. Like we'll post it, and people will still message me and ask the exact same question.
Because I just defer them to that. Like I just slap them in the face with that fact sheet that you guys will tweet out, and then that should answer everything pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. And there'll be a few questions that kind of like mosey in that haven't been addressed, and we'll try to keep track of it and update people as we go and be like, okay, well that we didn't know that, and we'll put something out. If it's like we have like a war board, right? And if an issue comes up like more than once, most of the time it's like user error, like random things, and it just happens like once or twice. But if it's something that happens frequently, like Marmar's, and then we can, obviously it's something that needs to be put out in a fact sheet so people know. And it's a quick fix. It's easy. It's just if you don't know how, right, you don't know any better, and it's easier to put it out. So we'll put something together out probably the next 30, 45 minutes for everyone.
Okay, and then just one last question for you, brother. I know you're in a rush. So region by region, is Saitamask rolling out region by region still worldwide? Like, is some people in India or the UK versus America? Are we experiencing different rollouts per region, or is it unilateral?
So as far as like the iOS and Google Play Store updates, it's still kind of regional, but for right now, it's open worldwide. Like I haven't heard anybody still waiting for the update.
Okay.
Everybody should have it, and that's
I'm talking about the swap functionality.
The swap function. No, that's all internal. So as soon as we hit the switch, like it's good to go.
Okay. All right, brother.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right, we'll do one more question. I'm going to run off and get this stuff put out together. Sorry, I'm not trying to. I'll just go directly down the line. I'm not trying to play favorites, I promise. Silent Bob, what's up, man? You got a question?
Hello, Russ. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Not too bad. Just a quick one for the Discord community. We've been getting a few reports about the code that you get sent through an email when you're trying to set up a new account. Apparently, it's not been working for people. It's been coming up saying that the code isn't recognized.
Like, are they requesting multiple codes? Because if you request multiple codes, it keeps shooting out a new one. Like, it's all automated.
Yeah.
So when you request an email for a verification code, it sends it to you. And like, say if you don't get it within like 30 seconds, and then you request another one, it messes it up because then now he's got to send out a new one. Yeah, and it's all automated. We have a subscription service that we get like 1 million a month or something like that, where it's an automated email code verification sent out. So if there's a lot of users on there, like we were getting before with the DDoS attacks, it kind of clogs it up, but it should be fine now. If people are just getting impatient, like constantly requesting a new one, and then you get one and then try to put it in, it's not going to recognize it because you already requested a new one. So now you got to wait for the next one to come, and so on and so forth. So it becomes kind of an issue that way.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was like the first code that they were getting through that they were having a problem with.
Yeah, I don't know. The best way to probably do it, and I'll ask Max for some clarity on it and see if there's something that he knows that may be a problem. But the best thing to do is just to request one and wait until you get it. And also check your spam folder, because if maybe that first one you requested went to your spam folder and you didn't see it, and then you request a new one, and that one goes to your normal folder, right, or again to your spam folder, or vice versa, you don't know what code you're getting. So the best way to do that is just to request one, wait for it to come in, because it'll come, right? And usually it's quick, within a few seconds. So
I've found Gmail's the quickest.
Yeah, so
I've done a test
quick.
on
And
a few
also
different ones.
and also make sure that you inputted your email address correctly too. Obviously,
Yeah,
I mean that should be a no-brainer, but you never know. I do it all the time, man. I
Yeah.
misspell my own name or
I've got
something, and
fat
it goes to the
thumbs.
wrong one. Yeah, but that's the best way to do it. It's all automated. We don't control it. It's through a subscription service, so yeah, it'll come if if your email's right and you requested it, it'll come, and it should be pretty quick. And just check your normal email or also your spam folder and the latest code that you get. Right, if you got impatient and requested 20 email verification codes, then wait for that last one, right?
Yeah.
And then it should
Totally.
work. So, but I'll ask them
Excellent.
anyways to make sure that there's no nothing that they know about, but I haven't heard anything.
Excellent. No worries. Thank you very much, Russ.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna put some stuff together and put it out, like I said, on our formal and direct channels for you guys, FAQ sheet, as well as what we had talked about, so we can help get it dispersed out to the community. And yeah, if you guys see anybody asking about what we had just talked about, please feel free to share this information with them. We try as best as we can to get information out to the masses, but it's difficult, so we rely a lot on all you guys to help us disseminate that information out correctly. So we appreciate it. So, but we'll get it out to you guys here shortly. And again, we'll have that contract address out for you guys at 4:30 Eastern time, scheduled to go live 5 p.m. So thanks, guys.